Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with the family kind of gathering for breakfast, coming together with a plan, and what closes with the family at dinner kind of sort of falling apart? If you guess Skinny Girl in Progress, Skinny Girl in Progress process, Skinny Girl in Transit. You're correct. We're on season 2, episode 2, entitled Birthday. I'm Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. Let us proceed. So we have Miss TY at home. She's at the table. She's eating breakfast, and her daddy comes in, and he's like, "What are we planning to do for Mom tomorrow?" And TY looks a little confused. Daddy is like, "Did you forget her birthday?" And then Shaliwa comes in. "What are we gossiping about?" "Oh, Mommy's birthday." And then they kind of play around with a couple of ideas, and in comes Mommy. And she's like, "I know what's going on here. You're planning what you're going to buy me for my birthday. And TY wants you to call Femi and Folake, and we'll just have a dinner party here at the house. Just us." And then Shaliwa is like, "I'll call my boo thing too, and I'll surprise you, Mommy." And Mommy is like, my husband can surprise me with a car." And then we have TY. She's on air, coming off of air, making an announcement, but she's still in the studio. Dee comes in, and TY is like, "Well, how was your meeting?" Dee is like, "It was okay. He shares some ideas. He doesn't smile. I hear he's single." And TY is like, "Well, Hadisa would love to hear that." And then in comes Miss Hadisa. "Hey, guys. My turn for my one-on-one. It's tonight. So he asked me to come in tonight. So I'm guessing that he's going to have dinner for me and everything. He's probably going to have dinner so we can, have dinner together and everything." And TY is like, "Girl, you delusional. That man doesn't even know you exist." And then in comes Day. And Day is like, "Hello." And Hadisa is like, "Oh, I was just about to come up. No need for you to come escort me to my meeting. You didn't have to come and do that." And Day is like, "I was coming to check on TY." And then Dee and TY joke about Hadisa kind of looking a little foolish with that. "Oh, you're coming to get me?" And him being like, "I wasn't even thinking about you." And then Day is like, TY is like, yes, sir. What is it, sir?" And Day is like, Day, no need for the title. I want to move your meeting up. You really need to step it up a notch. And TY is like, "Step it up a notch? Excuse me, my show is already the most sponsored show on the station. So to where am I stepping?" And Day is like, "This is for the meeting, but if you must know, I just had to spend 3 hours on the phone convincing a sponsor to not drop you. You let your emotions run the show. You're up and you're down, and if someone breaks your heart, then we have to sit for 3 weeks and hear you talk about heartbreak. But we'll discuss it at the meeting." And then TY is like, "You don't understand my show. Have you even listened to my show? I am connected with my listeners." And then Dee goes by Hadisa, and she's pulling Hadisa out of the room. She's like, "I think we should excuse ourselves. Let them have their time for themselves." And then we see TY. She's still going off on him. "Blah, blah, 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 blah. You've been here for one hot week. Blah, 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 blah. You may know business, but I know radio." And Day is like, "First, I'm still your boss, so you need to watch your words. Second, I'm not out to get you. 3, the show is good. Let's make it great." And then TY is like, "Dude, sir, Day, you bumped into me. You were rude to me. You had me thrown out of the gym." And Day is like, "I'm sorry. I am sorry. But more than anyone here, I need you to be on my side. I need you to be in my corner. I need you to be on board." That's what he said. And then TY is like, "Okay, sir." And then Day is like, "It's Day." And then he leaves. And then TY says to us, "You see this dude trying to frustrate me into resigning? But before he frustrates me, I'll frustrate him, trying to embarrass me in front of his girlfriend, Hadisa. They don't know. I will frustrate them both. And then, we have baby girl, the family at home. So it's the dinner party. We see Fola there, and then Femi is at the house, and then the house help is finishing setting up. We see he's 55 years old. I didn't know if the mama was 55 or 65, but she's 55 because we see it on the cake with the sugar glaze thing behind it. And then mommy and daddy come in, and then Tiwa, and then mommy is like, Femi, I hope you remembered my gift. And Femi is like, yes, it's in the sitting room. And then Tiwa says to Femi, she convinced daddy to get her a car. And I'm kind of like, well, where are mommy and daddy's peers and sisters and cousins and relatives and church members? Why are they having a dinner party with their children's people? Is that a cultural thing? Because I would think that, I would have thought some of their peers would have been there. But then Fola's hubby, Uche, comes back from the bathroom, and everybody is seated. And Tiwa is like, well, where's Shaliwa? And mommy is like, she promised me a surprise. She's probably the one driving the car that my hubby got for me. And then mommy calls for the chicken from Wasila, the house help. Wasila, bring me the chicken, blah, 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 blah. She just fussing at her. And then Fola is like, call Shaliwa. And then Shaliwa calls, and she's like, oh, she's here. And then Shaliwa comes in with a man, and nobody exactly looks happy. They're kind of like, and then, the daddy prays over the food. And during the prayer, Miss Tiwa says to us, so this is the bae? He's good looking, but rather old for her. He looks rich, but we know Shaliwa ain't messing with no broke Negro. And then, we see, so she says that, and then we see folks eating and drinking, and, the party is back in effect, and daddy is like, so Maxwell, what do you do? And Maxwell was like, oil and gas. And mommy is like, so, how old are you? And then Shaliwa is like, mommy. And then Maxwell was like, I'm 38. And Tiwa is like, almost choking to death. And then mommy is like, are you still married? And Shaliwa is like, mommy, no. And then Maxwell is like, I was engaged, but I caught my fiance with a friend a few weeks before the wedding, and I never I was just never the same. I was never the same until I met Shaliwa a few months ago. And before you ask me, mommy, I don't have any children. And then Tiwa is like, a few months. And then Fola is like, some people have been very secretive, referring to the fact that the child, she'd been dating a man for a few months and they ain't know, And then daddy is like, mommy is about to say something, and daddy is like, not now, mommy, cutting off mommy. And then he's like, well, Sela, bring me the knife so we can cut this cake. And then Tiwa says to us, am I the only one that thinks this guy is lying? 38 and single in this Lagos, not married, no kids, oil and gas in this very Lagos. Shaliwa must be covering up for him. And then the party continues with pictures and cake and eating. And then we kind of see Shaliwa coming back to the table and with mommy and Tiwa and Femi. And mommy is like, so Maxwell is gone? And Shaliwa is like, yes, isn't he handsome? And Tiwa is like, isn't he old? And Shaliwa is like, what does age have to do with it? And then mommy is like, he got his cologne smelling all over the place. He's 38 years old, no wife, no children. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And Femi is like, but mommy, sometimes it takes a while for a man to get over such heartbreak. And then Tiwa is like, I don't trust him. Where did you meet? And then Femi is like, have you met any of his friends? And then Shaliwa is like, I met him at the Palms, and I've met one of his friends. And then mommy is like, that guy is a fake. My spirit tells me that guy is a fake. Look at you. You see your life? You bring a bald-headed guy old enough to be your father. You will be taught a lesson. She's saying that to Shaliwa. That idiot you brought into the house didn't even bring me a gift. And then I'm kind of like, at first I was kind of like, huh? But it's kind of like, yeah, if you're coming to someone's house for the first time and you know it's a birthday party, you should bring a hostess gift. You know something should be going on. And then TY is like, yeah, I'm going to have Uche ask around. There is something wrong about this guy. You know, it's something. I need to find out. And Shaliwa is like, I don't need your help, Miss FBI. Don't worry about my relationship. Worry about how you can keep a man long enough to get a ring this time. And then Shaliwa leaves, and TY is like, and then Femi is like, is this how they talk about me when I'm not around? And then TY is like, no, they like you. They trust my judgment. And that's basically the end of the episode. Thank you for tuning in, like, commenting, subscribing. We're still working on 200 subscribers. Share the video. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.